Skill Guide, a concise guide to achieving success. This tutorial helps to explain how accomplishing tasks is equally difficult for all of us. Gives simple ways to manage your time correctly, details the required effort on your part, tells what preventative actions to follow to avoid failure. These instructions are the starting point from where to begin and the structure that will keep your progress stable. Most people are more or less the same. What distinguishes the exceptional among us from the average person is where we place our interest and what we do with our time. People who we consider to be geniuses or talented were not born with their knowledge or with their skill. Those people have dedicated thousands of hours and years accumulating the knowledge and skill that makes them exceptional. Ask yourself, what do you do with most of your time? For every person, the path to success requires three essential behavior characteristics. Anyone can learn to use these character traits, and with effort and practice, learn to use them reliably. 1. The ability to focus on one goal. 2. The drive to maintain perseverance. 3. The avoidance of multitasking. An explanation of these terms will avoid confusion. Focus refers to a central point of attraction, of concentration or attention. Start by thinking of your goal every day. Whatever your goal is, focus on that. Keep it in mind. Think of it several times a day. Do this to make sure that you do not forget about what you are trying to achieve while it is still unaccomplished. If you haven't started on your goal yet, this exercise will remind you to start and prevent you from putting it off for later. Creating small obsessions with your goals will keep you enthusiastic about them. Obsession is more powerful than discipline. Discipline is hard to maintain, and obsession is difficult to break. Every day, set aside some time, 30 minutes to an hour or more, to dedicate yourself to work at accomplishing your goal. Perseverance means not to quit in spite of obstacles or opposition. It means not to give up, no matter what. For the purpose of success, perseverance might be the most important trait you can possess. If getting what you want begins to become difficult, don't give up, or you won't ever achieve anything. Perseverance will lead you to success. Most things worth doing take a long time and hard work to accomplish. You might need to start thinking of your goals as a long-term struggle. A lot of practice and study will teach you skill and mastery, a worthwhile pursuit. If you think that something is impossible, then it is for you. It's impossible because you have already decided that it is impossible. Don't fail before you begin. History is full of an innumerable amount of people making what seems to be impossible into the possible. A key to success is to begin, to keep trying, and not to quit. What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? Learn to avoid multitasking. It will prevent you from giving a task all of your attention. Multitasking might make you think that you are being efficient by being able to give your attention to several things at once. The reality is that you are fooling yourself. Scientific studies have shown that people who multitask suffer a lack of performance at accomplishing their assignments correctly. As you lose focus, your goals become more difficult and take you longer to achieve. Exceptions exist with music and exercise. Mixing these two helps athletes improve their performance. Another exception is using music to aid concentration. Soothing ambient music can help you to stay alert while studying, but loud music will quickly make you lose focus. Otherwise, I have found that multitasking will make you a jack of all trades and a master of none. If it is not for the purposes stated above, it will likely not work, so avoid doing it, or you will be sabotaging your own progress. I also recommend not trying to multitask goals. It will slow or completely derail your progress. Try to focus on one goal at a time. Yes, life is better when you have many interests, and it doesn't take long to pick up a skill, but to master a skill takes a lot of effort. Multitasking brain, music and exercise. The first 20 hours. Our imagination is powerful. It is the biggest source of human accomplishment. Think about this. Every piece of the civilization around you had to first be imagined by many individual people, each person having an idea. When different ideas come together, they inspire the formation of thoughts for new ideas to emerge. If it wasn't created by nature, every material item that you own, everything that you know of, was first someone's idea envisioned in their imagination. The world's knowledge and all that you have ever learned is rooted and continuously built upon from all people's cumulative ideas. Don't forget to use your imagination. Dare to dream big, and don't be afraid to contribute to human history. Cumulative ideas. When ideas have sex. If you are concerned with becoming smarter, consider that 30 minutes of moderate to complex aerobic exercise before a study session has been shown to stimulate the formation of new neural connections in the brain. After a study session, this aids with memory retention. The combination of exercise and study acts as a proven brain building tool. But stay away from exercise that involves increased chances of acquiring head injuries, especially concussions, since that will cause you brain damage. As you age, exercise will help to prevent cognitive decline and keep your body strong and healthy, allowing you to live longer. Exercise will also bring into balance your body's hormones to naturally improve your mood and self image for optimal mental performance. Exercise in the brain. When you decide you want to pursue an achievement, do so by starting today. Start right away. Every day decide what is the most important thing for you to do to accomplish your goal today. This is the 80-20 principle. At the beginning of the day, start doing that most important thing. Do it right away. Do not put it off for later or you might not ever get it done. Procrastination is bad for productivity. Get your goal of the day done and out of the way so you can then relax afterwards and still feel proud. Time management priorities. The 20-80 principle explained. Once you start, remain focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Do not allow other things to distract you or you won't put in your best effort. If you are distracted while you are working, you are multitasking. Avoid distracting yourself by not watching television, not listening to the radio, not visiting unrelated internet websites, and not having unrelated conversations with others. To prevent becoming frustrated, decide daily what amount of time will be set aside for your task. To start, choose an appropriate amount of time with which you will be satisfied. Start small. As you progress, work on increasing the amount of time you are willing to set aside to accomplish your goals. Manage this time according to what you can realistically handle. One important idea to remember is that time is not an infinite resource, it is a finite resource. Unfortunately, you won't be able to accomplish everything that you would like to do in your life. There are only 24 hours in a day, and about 8 hours of that time you will be sleeping. The average human lifespan is about 80 years. You don't have all the time in the world. Before you pursue a time-extensive goal, decide how important is it to you really. Only pursue the goals that truly matter to you, and those that will give you a happy life. Learn to choose how and on what you spend your time wisely. Try to make this pursuit an everyday thing, and try not to take days off. People are creatures of habit. The more we repeat a process, the more we become accustomed to it. This idea applies to our ambitious self and to our lazy self. Forming a good habit will make it easier to repeat and continue with that good habit. A habit is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the more you strengthen it. The mind is also like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the more you sharpen it. Allowing a bad habit to form will make it easier to repeat and continue with that bad habit. And repetition will make it difficult to quit that bad habit. Focus on forming good habits that will strengthen your ambition and potential. Learn to avoid bad habits that will hinder, make you lazy, and harm your ability to make progress. This practice over time forms discipline and a great work ethic. These strategies can be applied to help you improve in almost any skill imaginable, from learning to be an excellent musician, to becoming a top athlete, to becoming a talented artist, to being a knowledgeable computer programmer, to an imaginative writer, etc. These rules are simple. Everything is about practice. It's about repetition, about commitment, about managing your time correctly. Start small and build up to where you want to be. Once you see the path to becoming great at one skill, you begin to see the path to becoming great at everything else looks very similar. If you found this advice helpful, use it. Don't forget it. Read it again and share it. When we enable others to become better, we also empower them to better all of our lives. Thank you and good luck. Start today.